Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, thank you for stopping by. If you guys are reoccurring, thank you for stopping by as well. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the Ryobi circular saw. It's a 5.5 inch, as you can see by the blade that they provide you with. If you guys are new, like and subscribe to my channel. Always use protective safety glasses and gloves when you're working with tools and so on and so forth. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about the 18 volt 5.5 inch 140 millimeter 18 teeth circular saw. The circular saw seems to be pretty heavy duty. There is some good about it, some not good about it. I also like to show you guys that we are also going to talk about the Hardy gloves that I like, that match the print of the Ryobi. So without further ado, let's take a little look at the saw itself. The saw itself looks pretty durable, but there are a few things that I don't like. They give you this very, very cheesy blade to start you off. Look how thin it is. It's so thin, it's like paper. That also has a small bore on it. If you guys look over here on the saw itself, you have to use an Allen key to take the saw blade to replace it and place it in. Right now it's off because they wanted to make sure that everything will be fine. Now I have to show you guys something, and I will probably find it a little bit further down in the video. So at first glance it looks pretty nice. I mean, you have this tough cover over here. It's pretty much plastic. All of it's plastic. It's got the Ryobi name on it. You also have this this plastic cover. The plastic cover, in my opinion, is really, really thin. So even if you're pushing, let's say I'm pushing right here, I'm just pushing it. It's so easy to push out and pull back in. It's not spring loaded like the others. I wish it was spring loaded. As you can see down here and up here, it's not spring loaded. Also, I feel like I'm going to tilt it a little bit this way so that you guys can see a little bit of the arbor right here. It's got a little bit of play over here. It says tighten and turn this way. I guess the little spacer is very, very thin, but I'm guessing so that the saw blade and the backing are going to stay intact. Also, if you guys look over here on the side, it's got the Ryobi adjustment so that you guys can tilt and adjust and so on and so forth. The knob is really, really flimsy, but you really have to turn it. I haven't put the saw blade in, and I haven't used it yet, so we really don't know how it's going to operate. I do, however, like the casing over here in between. If you guys are looking at the casing, it looks like it's a lot more durable plastic than the front part over here. If you guys look a little bit closer right here, you guys are going to see that the plastics don't really line up over here. You kind of got to be very, very careful. I'm guessing that's how they put it together. This area right here and this area right here. So now let's take a little bit of a look at the grip. The grip, in my opinion, is pretty smooth. So if I were to use the Hardy gloves, like I said I was going to use, but we're going to put those aside for right now. you guys are going to see that you're going to slip a little bit with the glove. Now, a lot of times people say, why do we need a glove to use the saw? It's just going to get in the way. I like using the gloves sometimes because sometimes you'll have a better grip. But a lot of times when you guys see me using tools, I don't have my gloves on. I tend to not use them. Now I saw something very, very weird over here. On this, on the handle over here, you guys see that you have the trigger. Okay? Now in order to use it, you have to move the little pin over here. And sometimes when you're pulling it, it comes back. If you guys take a look, see how I pull the trigger? See how it goes back a little bit? I'm not sure if that's supposed to be there or not, but it looks like it would be a pain if I'm holding the saw like this and I have my hand here. I can't do it right now because I'm actually videotaping, as you guys can see. That's kind of difficult to do. I do, however, recommend holding on tight to this right here. Now I'm going to get up and I'm going to show you a little bit of what I mean. If I'm right here and I'm holding it like this, and then I have my other hand right here, it feels like I'm overlapping my hands when I'm going to cut. I feel like that's not very good and safe. As you guys can see right here, it's got a little curvature, and even it feels so weird that even if my hand was on the edge over here, it's got a little bit of a curvature on the end over here. If I'm holding that and I'm doing this, my fingers can slip right through right there. I'm going to see if I can do it a little bit closer for you guys. Right there. Right there is where it's kind of slippery, which you guys can see. Now we're going to be turning the saw around a little bit. We took a look at the blade. We're going to put that aside. Now we're going to be taking a look at the saw this way. When I look at the saw this way, I see that it is flush. I see right here, I don't know why they didn't put it on the other side, I see two vents for cooling the motor. I totally think that they should have been here somewhere, here in this area, because of the flow of the air. But that's probably maybe for a different side of the saw or the motor or something where the cooling fan might be. So as I was telling you guys over here, you guys see the grip right here and you guys see the grip right here. It's pretty good, don't get me wrong, there is some. If you're holding your hand like this, your hand over here next to where your wrist is kind of sits right here. I feel like it's a little bit uncomfortable, but depends on if you guys are used to it or not, what kind of tool you used. I haven't checked on the other ones yet, but maybe in a further video I will tell you guys. So now we're going to turn the saw this way. Hold on one second. Oh, you can't turn it that way. So we turn the saw this way, and look directly at what you see right here. You see that the battery goes in that way. So if I have the battery this way, hold on 1 minute, I'm going to try to get you the battery. It's pretty funny. I'm going to put the battery right in. As you guys can see, I'm putting it right in. Just for demonstration, I'm putting the 1.5 AH in. I'm going to try to. Okay, so I have my 1.5 AH in. So let's say I'm on the job and I'm on wood. It's so hard to put the battery right in, because you're working like this and you have to have your hand on the side to switch out the battery. I don't know how they did that. I would feel very uncomfortable working like that. But it's totally up to you. Now, if you're looking from this side, and I showed you guys from the other side, see this thing right here? I have to push it in. You see? It worked. You have to push it in. And as you can see, that's pretty difficult. I either have to go this way or I have to go that way, in which I'll show you guys. If you guys see the left and the right there, you guys can see it. Then I'm going to show it to you from here. You guys can see that. So now we're going to turn it around a little bit more, and we're going to go right here. So as you guys saw when we did the unboxing, it says Ryobi 1 Plus over here. And they really wanted to get that. I wish they did the 1 Plus in this yellow color, though. It would have looked much more appealing. So let's turn the saw around a little bit more. We're just going to turn it like this. So now what we see here is we have the cover for the motor. It protrudes out a little bit more than the battery does, but I don't have the 4AH in there. So the 4AH is going to probably protrude out more than the motor. It seems that way. So I think that you have your good and your bad on this. Maybe it could be good for stability, but I'm not sure about that. So now let's look at the I don't know why they put paper cardboard here. It doesn't make sense. We will see what happens. I just have to put the camera down for one moment. I do not understand why they have this paper in here, but we will find out at a part 2 of this saw. So now let's talk about the front. As I showed you over here, I showed you in the video. Well, this would be right here, I guess. You guys see the front, and it's kind of like a T shape. So what I was saying up here, and that is in the wrist area. I feel like that's it hurts a little bit. So I guess maybe if you have a glove or if you're used to it, you're going to feel much more comfortable than I do. So I haven't used a battery-powered circular saw. So now we're going to look at the front a little bit over here. You have your custom knob for the 45-degree angle. You guys have your screw over here. I'm going to show you. The screw to tighten for the jig over here, as you can see. I'm also going to show you guys how easy, we talked about it a little bit, how easy this is to turn. If you guys look at the knob here, it's a little bit different. I'm turning it right now, but it's not going to go to the angle because I don't have the saw in and it's not sitting on a piece of wood. So that's not going to do the angle right now. But if you get the gist, I feel like this right here, the bottom, the gauge, the guide, it looks a very thin gauge. It's not the greatest. I do think that they tried to have an appealing look and make the tool a little bit cheaper for the younger crowd or the homeowner or the contractor that is starting off. Or even if you needed just an extra tool combo kit or the tool itself, or you have batteries and you just want the tool, you guys have plenty of options. Today we are fixated on the circular saw though. So now let's look at it from this point of view. It looks pretty cool right here. It's got the screw. I'm guessing that it holds all of this together. Yes, if you guys see over here, that's like a little, it's kind of like a little pulley bearing kind of, that brings it back and forth, the plastic. The plastic is very, very flimsy. I would be nervous to put a different type of blade than the ones that you got. Actually, you got one blade with the saw in the combo kit. I'm not sure what you get when you buy the bare tool only. I haven't gotten to that. So now let's look at the, actually, take a look at this, guys. I didn't even realize it. I thought that this was a quick release for something. This is actually the Allen wrench for opening up this arbor to put the saw in. Now, you guys do know, when you're looking at the saw, make sure that the imprint is facing you when you put it. I'll demonstrate it for you. If I take the saw right here, and I want to put it in, I'm not going to put the saw like this, because that would be defeating the purpose. The reason why they put it on this side, they want you to use this side, they put the graphics and the packaging and the writing. I also want to tell you that it's got 7,500 max RPM on this blade. As you can see right here, it says that. And it also tells you that it's 18 teeth. Also, if we take a look at this over here, as I was saying, over here, we're going to turn it around a little bit. You guys see how the saw is sitting and how the battery is right here? I like that if the saw is sitting and it's working, all of a sudden you see the charge slow. The saw doesn't have a lot of power. You guys could just go to the end of the saw, put it down, and then press the battery indicator. The battery indicator is going to tell you how much juice you have left. Now, the 18 volt seems to be that the battery goes faster, but you gotta understand something. When you're working with different woods and you're exerting the saw and the saw blade, if your saw blade is not sharp, you're exerting more tension and wear on the saw. On the saw blade, on the saw, on the motor, on the tool itself in particular, the whole tool. Then we're just going to talk a little bit about gloves and a little bit of protection. So when I was at Harbor Freight the other day, I noticed a pair of glasses, but I didn't really like them. They weren't out of very good quality. So I went to Home Depot and I got myself this pair right here. It's a pretty nice pair. It's got some color to it. It's got the black. It kind of reminds you, if you're looking at it, that Ryobi would own it. But this is not a Ryobi product. It's the lower models at Home Depot if you're going to look at it. It's usually in the safety glass aisle. I didn't go really high on my safety glass. I just got middle tier heavy duty. They have Milwaukee, they have all these brands, but they're pretty expensive. Let's say I had them and all of a sudden they fell and something cracked it. I'd be pretty upset if I paid a lot of money. And also if I do have a more expensive one, but I like to keep some of these in the truck or on the job site, or even in the car. Let's say in the car, if you guys are driving to the job site, but you guys don't have your truck or your vehicle of sort, you guys want to keep some of these in a regular glove compartment. You can put it in your toolbox, or you could put it on the heavy equipment you're using. No matter where you are, you always want to have an extra pair of safety glasses. That's of most important. Safety glasses. Also, you guys, down the line, I might do some earplugs down the line. So let's look at the Hardy gloves again. Let's bring them back into the video. The Hardy gloves are pretty awesome. They have good texture, as you can see right here. I love the texture. I use tools, and if you guys saw in previous videos, you guys are gonna see the glove. The glove has a lot of breathing area. It's got breathing material, except on the grip on the fingertips right here. These are all very grip acting fingers. I think that's great, because if your hand is around the tool, you have anti-skid versus the grip. If you guys look on the saw, the grip is almost the same as the glove grip. I'm going to show it to you a little bit closer to make sure that you guys can see it. Now, I like to have a few of these pairs. Now, I also like if you guys saw the goatskin gloves, they're also by Hardy. I really like those. Those match the rigid and the other tools. Mostly the rigid. I really like to wear them with the rigid. They have a really good quality. Their quality is really good. If you guys look at my previous videos, in which I have the other drills, drivers, reciprocating saws, lights, you guys are going to see the different gloves I use for different applications and different tool reviews. You also will see other things, as a matter of fact. You will see how we use different blades for different projects. Now, over here, we're going to use two different types of blades. Now, keep in mind, with Ryobi and Home Depot itself, I think Ryobi told them to use the 5.5-inch blade, because I can't find that. They don't have that at Ace. They don't have that at Lowe's. I can't find it. It's basically like they said, here's the product. You guys are going to buy the product. You're going to buy the saw. And you guys are just going to have to buy the same blades, depending on the sharpness or what type of material the blade is made out of. Over here, it says that it's carbide tip. Now, I think it's the lowest form of the carbide tip, if you guys see it right here. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit and zoom out at the same time. You guys can see it right here. You guys can see those tips right there. Let me see if I can put it a little higher. Okay, you guys can see the tips right there, right? That's really good. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about the safety glasses. These safety glasses are pretty cool. They have the black shade. They have the yellow. It's actually looks kind of brown, but it could also be black. I haven't opened them yet. That's for another video and another time. So I hope you guys like and subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to be doing more reviews and testing of the Ryobi kit. Now, the Ryobi kit had a few tools in it, but you can also buy them as bare tools. But I do recommend buying it as a combo if you guys are going to do some work. So like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope that you guys have a great day.